And you can hear me? Very good. Let's close our eyes. Notice what is here. The expression of this moment. How it happens. There's nothing in this experience that needs to be tampered with, pushed away, or in any way controlled. You just look at what is. You notice the ever-changing qualities of the present moment. How everything is a constant flux. Even if you have a sense of an emotional content or some feeling in your body that you find rigid or static, notice that even in that there is movement. An awareness of it makes everything change. There is this transient quality to everything in life. To everything except beingness. The I am that is prior to consciousness. The sense of being. And usually our idea of I is often connected to thoughts, to ideas of the body. All the ideas that make up the fictional I. But all these parts, all these fictional ideas, have a changeful quality to them. They can never be what is. They will always be changeful. Even if you feel taken by them, you believe in them for a while, for a day, for hours, for weeks, they will always fall. They will always change. They will be lost in deep sleep, and you have to re-believe them. There is effort required to keep this I, this idea of the person. And in this moment of meditation, there is only one obstacle, and that is the meditator. The idea of someone meditating, taking on the practice, trying to go deeper, trying to become wiser, trying to become free. The one with all that effort is not real. You are prior to effort. You are prior to trying. These words are not instructions for the mind. It's not to create some dogmatic practice of meditation. It is only for you to remember that you are prior to the idea of striving. And you just recognize the peace that is always here. That is prior to effort. That is prior to trying. It comes easily because you remember. might be a lot of effort in your life, many ideas to follow, beliefs of becoming. But that restlessness comes from ignorance. From that, in the moment, you don't remember what you are. This remembering has nothing to do with the past. It is remembering the now, recognizing what is. Thoughts and ideas can perhaps feel out of place when resting here. That is fine. There's no need for becoming. The natural alertness of being is here. You can open your eyes, move your body, stretch out your legs if you need to. My guru sometimes showed that he prioritized what he called the sadhaks. When there was a lot of people coming to his talks and not everyone would fit, he said, the sadhaks have to fit. The sadhaks are the ones that have dedicated their life to spirituality. The ones that they had recognized that they had it as number one, as the number one priority. It is a challenge to prioritize it highly, because you will get caught in the idea of that it is very, very important. That's almost unavoidable. You take your practice so seriously, you become stiff. You become rigid in your ideas. The ego sneaks in and makes the idea that this is the proper way. I know what's right. Arrogance is there. You start to say that all our other traditions are not good enough. And you even might comment on them, telling them that they're not good enough because of this or that. That is not what it means to be sincere. That is not what it means to prioritize your practice. To prioritize your practice means to be very, very honest. To see to it that what you say and what you do is in alignment. To do everything not to create unnecessary karma. To devote yourself to the teaching and to beingness itself. And to the sadhak, these two can feel like a heavy task to take on. A lot of doing, a lot of keeping. But the sincerity in it is just to be with what is. And to make all your stupid mistakes in trying. Be honest with your ignorance and your arrogance. Sit with them. Feel ashamed of them. All of it. You have to confront feeling like a failure. You have to confront the idea that some people think that you have chosen poorly in life. But if your sincerity is there, and you're honest with yourself, you have chosen so wisely. And the confirmation of that will not come from an outside source. It will come from the inner guru, your own acceptance. And when you really watch, you start to notice that everything that unfolds is perfect for you. It transpires as it should transpire. And the things that did not happen is nothing to worry about, because they should not transpire. Nothing is ever lost. Nothing is ever too late or too early. It is as it is. The acceptance of this makes all the difference. Sometimes the experience is overwhelming. Sometimes it feels too much. And in a strange way, it's always perfect. Even if there is a lot going on, there is awareness. It's all happening in awareness. And in that awareness, everything transforms. From the personal level to the impersonal. And suddenly there is intimacy again. You can be close to everything. You don't try to push it away anymore. It is the acceptance of what is that does that. And the opposite is the only thing that keeps things held. We think of 1,000 remedies for the mind. We know so many techniques, therapies, different ways to express our inner workings, our emotions, our thoughts. But there is only one thing that actually transforms. It is awareness itself. And at first you might not understand what makes accepting this moment. And you try to replicate the conditions when you seem to have done it before. Until you realize that it's not a doing. That whatever you're up to, whatever you believe, is upheld. And as soon as it's not, it just is. To keep something, you have to believe in it. You have to believe that it is important, that it holds some value. Otherwise, it is nothing. You might look at something that feels important now, but a month from now, it's nothing. The acceptance of this transient nature of everything is what we might also call staying as awareness. It sounds like accepting things is a doing, is an effort. Sounds like surrender is something that you have to do. But you just have to stop holding on to everything, trying to control it, try to parry it, try to keep it away, all these things. That is the effort. The mind takes it, makes it into something, and tries and tries and tries and tries. Gives up, don't understand why it felt so good to give up, and then try and try and try. Trying to give up again in a similar manner. This is the mind. The mind says that it wants to abide to the laws of nature, to Dhamma, to what is. But as soon as it becomes something, makes an effort, a strategy, and tries, it makes itself not that. It makes itself something else. And I want to emphasize that this non-doing does not mean that you don't have to do any sadhana. Do your sadhana. It's not a fluke or luck or anything like that. If you move close to the subject, you have to have some sincerity. If you believe that you have to surrender, you have to try to surrender until you give up the idea of trying to surrender. And giving up the idea of trying to surrender is the real surrender. To the mind, it feels like a failure. To the experience, when you experience it, you just feel confused by it. Because it's not what you think. Because if it would be what you think, you would have the sense of willing everything. Then effort would work. You can feel so sure about what the spiritual path is, what your sadhana is, what your goal with your sadhana is, where you're heading, all this. You listen to a lot of talks, you listen to Satsang, you listen to all these things, so you have a very clear image of where it's going. It's very easy for the mind to do that. The goal feels super clear. So it's very, very helpful to know that you cannot know. It's not what you think it is. Because the mind is always going for freedom like a goal. Like you're getting a medal. You're getting a prize. Like there is a goal line. Maybe if I try this hard, this and this many years, I will reach the goal. That's how the mind thinks. But the beingness, that doesn't mean anything. The quality of being just is. It doesn't need time or the right conditions. It doesn't mind if it's going good or bad. It doesn't care if the mind says, I'm far from it or close to it. Everyone tries to be happy. to the best of their capabilities. And if you believe that there is only mind, and that everything is external, then everything is a competition. Then everything is judgment, measuring. It's a very cruel world to live in. The world of most people. But if you had some crises and challenges that made you question what is, you might have stumbled upon the effortless peace. Maybe you've been in a religious context and seen it. Maybe it just happened upon you. But it changes everything. Because then you're beyond the idea of becoming. You might say, I'm going to become a great spiritual person. But the more you look, the more you understand that becoming is not the way. If you watch your inner workings, you notice that it just happens. Motion happens, thoughts happen, what we call life happens. And that it has to be played out as it has to be played out. And when this piece of beingness gets a place in your life, it seems to create so much space. So much love. Suddenly effort is not the only thing anymore. Suddenly you start to praise beingness itself. You start to look at life from the lens of beingness. Inviting every moment as if you had chosen it. Seeing how precious every moment is. start to get uninterested by waiting. Waiting always entails that there is a better future. But this is it. The experience of the present is it. The mind can play the game of hope, project an idea into the future, how life is more complete, more correct. But this is it. And if you're not comfortable here, stay with it for a while. And if you start to really be with what is, you will notice the resistance, what is running away. Everything that is escaping. Hoping. Projecting into the future. And this acceptance of the present holds so much. It holds all your fears for becoming or being the divine. We can phrase it differently. For really being loved. Invite all of it. Bring it into the light of awareness. Stay with it. What is this moment without future? Without the heaviness of the past? It's only light and spacious. And all that effort into this moment. You no longer have to carry the burden of being a someone going somewhere. This is it. It's so easy to assume, to look outside and say, these are the things I'm looking for, I want, have to collect, got to get more of. And it's easy to miss the inner light. You're taken by your mind, by your emotions, by your situations, by your ideas. And suddenly it feels like meditation and awareness is far, far away. They're not far away. The light of awareness always shines, no matter how many clouds you cover it with. It's just that you for a moment cannot see it, because you believe that you are something else. You suddenly believe that you are a fleeting idea, that you are something that comes and goes, that is born and that dies, that is in relationship to others, have a label of brother or sister, mother. But these are just labels and ideas. You are always awareness. And in that awareness, there is the expression of the body. What you might refer to as the external world. and the internal ideas, but it's actually all the same. It's all consciousness just happening. It's not personal. It's collective. Language, thoughts, all of it collective. There are no deep truths hidden in all that consciousness. It just happens. And you are the impersonal play between consciousness and awareness. Between the alertness and the content. Between the fullness and the nothingness. Is there any questions today? Freedom is to be without questions. Not because you have the answers, but because you enjoy the space of beingness. So sweet. The nectar of beingness. So sweet. Brings everything here. And when the restless mind enters, it can also come. It's allowed completely. No thoughts are wrong or out of pocket anymore. They can all just come. Even if they're dark or ugly, they can come. Even if they've been suppressed for years, they can come. The real acceptance and the real embrace that we're looking for is this one. To allow everything to come. Full acceptance, full love. And when this acceptance is here, it will be everywhere. That same love spills onto the world. Because you are it. What do you need to embrace all of it? What is lacking? Why is the embrace not full? What is the obstacle? What is the resistance to it? Why not let everything in? Why pick and choose? Why be a picker and a chooser? Why be a someone who sorts? It's like those people looking for gold in a river and takes up, and they try to find the pieces. Just to realize at some point that all the pieces that they're going through is the same. It's all gold. So then you can say, is everything precious or is everything worthless? This is the experience. It has the inherent quality of preciousness because there is only this. But there is nothing special with any of it. It's all gold. And this is what beingness does. It makes everything very, very precious. So, so sweet and precious. And also nothing worth to keep. Embrace everything. Keep nothing. And when the mind goes quiet, what is prominent in the experience change. The body gets a more prominent part of the experience when the mind is quiet. And the subtleties of the experience is there. Intentions, fears, longing, everything can be felt. The expressions of beingness just happening is loud and clear when the mind is quiet. This is what happens when you embrace what is. This is what many people hear when they think, I have to quiet the mind. But you don't have to quiet the mind. You have to embrace the present moment. Allow it to happen as it happens. Not trying to be a someone stopping thoughts. It's very popular among meditators. The silence is beautiful. That's why the practice in the beginning is difficult. Because there is so little space usually. Most minds are occupied all the time by the idea of the person. And you have to relate to everything that is said. You have to internally relate to every emotion, to every thought. It takes so much time and effort. Try to control everything, try to cope with everything, try to make everything all right again. All these kind of feelings. But if you concentrate the mind at first on one object, it will calm down a little bit, and then you can start to observe. And after a while of doing that, where it feels like you're willing it, where you're trying to meditate, then something will click and you will trust, and it will give more of a sense of just happening. That there's just spaciousness happening. And at a certain point, again, it's not confined to your sadhana or your intentional effort. It can just come. And if you're very comfortable with it, you can even invite the most challenging aspects of emotions and thoughts into it. It feels like there is no limit to it. At first it feels like it comes and goes, and then it starts to take on limitless qualities. And with that sense of it, it deepens and it does not go away. What at first felt like fireworks when you experienced it, what it felt like such deep, profound peace that you wanted to come back to, now it just feels like normal. Like the peaceful foundation on where everything happens. Time and fear can be lost. And you just enjoy beingness itself, your innate nature, the peace that you are. I thought we could sing something. Yes, very good. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah. Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Kali Durga, Namo Namah, Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Kali Durga, Namo Namah, Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Kali Durga, Namo Namah. 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 Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Kali Durga, Namo Namah, Kali Durga, Namo Namah. Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Jaya Mata Kali, Jaya Mata Durga, Kali Durga, Namo Namah. 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 May all beings find the peace of awareness that is innate in this moment. Be freed of the identity of the person and the heaviness of time. And find the natural expression of beingness in this moment. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.